What's going on, guys? We are live. This is the Gold Division here at Formula 7 Racing. The game sounds super quiet. What about now? Does the game sound better now? I'll do a quick sound check anyway. That seems a bit better, I think. I can obviously turn it up on the game as well. So, Oliver James, I think the Mad G is straight out. But there is another driver just in front. That is Turbo Snail. That is going to be the first driver to set a lap time. And just let me know what the audio sounds like as well, guys. Right, okay, all sorted. What's going on, Reese? How you doing, mate? I hope you're well. Turbo Snail coming round at turn 14 in the Alpine, down towards the line. And it's a 1:15.1, and that's a very good lap time. Mad G in the Red Bull, 1:13.8 for XD Paco. I thought it was Mad G, wasn't it? It was XD Paco. Mad G's in the RB. XD this game, Jesus. XD Paco with a 1:13.8 is unbelievable. That's good to hear, mate. Oliver James in the Williams is going to be next. Let's see what he can do. And he did invalidate it, so he's going to have to go again. Mad G has an outlap, and the other drivers just in the pit lane at the moment. So XD Paco 1:13.8 is an unbelievable time. Hopefully it's going to be a nice dry race and we'll get some decent battling around here. There's going to be some big major changes this week after Thursday. Probably the biggest shake-up we've had since we brought fantasy realistically. Caxton is on an outlap as well. Oliver James is going again. He's not used a lot of battery though, considering he's already going into turn 11. So let's see what he can do as he goes in towards turn 12 at the right-hander. The Williams driver up towards turn 13 at the left-handed hairpin. But he is out on the mediums at the moment. 13 minutes of qualifying remaining. And then a short run up towards the line, and Oliver James will set a 1:16.1. He won't be happy with that. Mad G is on a lap in the RB. So, Mad G up towards turn 13 we go in the V cab. Let's see what he can do. In towards the final corner at turn 14, nice and tight to the wall. Mad G to the line, and it's a 1:16.9 for Mad G. Caxel just starting his flying lap in the Alpine up to turn 1. So we'll see what Twitch Caxel can do. Oh, Twitch Caxel has invalidated it. Ulster and Jay on laps. I think Ulster is going to be first. Oh, Ulster's made a mistake. Oh, and Ulster's onto the grass. He's done a Sergio Perez, and he just clipped the grass. And it spins him right round. The Canadian will come through. That is Jay. Up towards turn 6 and 7 for the Red Bull driver. See what he can do. Oh, he run really wide there, but kept it valid. What's going on, Rocket Man? Gold always produces amazing battles. It's just very hard to get gold drivers to turn up, and attendance has not been great this season, but it's going to be a major shake-up. Plus, a lot of drivers, especially when you're fighting at the top, they seem to battle really hard with each other because they're so competitive, but they also don't like a bad decision either. And it's just that the drivers are super competitive. Right, here comes, oh, he's backed out. That's B right, that's backed out. And his teammate Jake the Lad in the Scuderia, going down towards turn 6 and 7. And the Ferrari driver, Jake the Lad, back in the gold division on them soft compounds on a flyer. And teammates with B right here this evening, down towards turn 12. And can't really tell what sort of lap that the Ferrari driver is on at the moment as it goes in towards turn 13. Just locking up them rears slightly. In towards turn 14, he'll keep it nice and tight to the wall. And then a short run out early on the throttle. Down towards line goes Jake the Lad, and it's a 1:15.3, and it's P4 for Jake the Lad. Lewis W will be next in the Aston Martin, up to P2. Provisional front row for the Aston Martin driver. He's been steadily improving week after week as Lewis W, and showing it again here. If they turn up, yeah. Well, there's going to be some massive changes in the coming sort of week or two. A huge shake-up. Fair Jack is joining, thank you, Jack. I've been summoned. Appreciate it. Oh, wow, breaking news. Joe Biden drops out of the presidential race. So, here we go. Be right on a lap. Up towards turn 13. Down towards turn 14 for the Ferrari driver. The three-time world champion goes in a little bit of D. Is that going to cost me? Right, got a really nice exit though. And it's a 1:14.7 and it's P4 just behind the Aston Martin of Turbo, the Alpine of Turbo Snail. Fanfinis is going to be next in the V-cab, but he has invalidated it, so he's going to have to go again. So Fanfinis will go again down in towards turn 1. Where just today, Max Verstappen drove into Lewis Hamilton like we've not seen that before. Fair Jack will drive the McLaren. He's not seen the McLaren driver here this evening, actually. You cannot add the account. Yeah, just add Formula 7 Racing, mate. Or just let me know what your EA is and I'll add you. And we'll see what you like you on. Over turn 6 and 7 for Fanfinis. Yellow flag's waving, just under 8 minutes to go. Yeah, just add Formula 7 Racing on EA, mate. Or send me your EA. In towards turn 12. Oh, Fanfinis went into the pit. Jack's retired. Oh, Jack's lost it. Going around turn 4. Jack is out here in qualifying. That is really unfortunate for him. Ulster's going to try and improve. He's just going on another lap. The Haas driver with just under 7 minutes to go. And we'll see what these drivers can do in the final stages. Ulster coming around turn 5 down towards turn 6 and 7 for the Haas driver. He's been on an absolute roll recently as he just slides through there. He's had a couple of podiums, he won a sprint race, he has been on fire down through turn 8 and 9 in towards turn 10 and 11, and then down towards turn 12. It's a purple sector 2, that's what we like to see. Through turn 12 up towards turn 13, he's got a Red Bull just in front of him, or he's at an RB. He might even get a little bit of a slipstream if he can get close enough. He's not going to. Down towards turn 14 for Ulster in the Haas, and coming out of the final corner down to the line, and it's P2 for Ulster, 9/1000ths of a second in front of Lewis W in the Aston Martin. What a lap. Niels Hendrick in the Mercedes, currently in P9 as well. Turbo Snail is 1.5 tenths up, but then invalidates it. Turbo Snail going back into the pit lane. Every driver in the pits, barring Mad G and Ulster, who's on an in-lap. Remember, guys, if you don't follow, make sure you follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free, and it massively helps us out. So if you can do that, we would really appreciate it. Maxi Bock is in. Is Maxi Bock a McLaren driver? Because if he is, he's going to be racing in a different seat. No, he's Williams. Nobody would have took his seat. Matt G into the pit lane. Faye Jack is on an outlap in that McLaren. McLaren's a Sarple and Dennis. I knew that Dennis weren't racing, but I didn't know that Sarple wasn't. Towards turn 14 for Fair Jack as he goes to start his flying lap. Remember, if you are looking for a full-time seat, make sure you come and join us. We race every single Sunday, 10 AM, 12:30 PM, and at 7 PM. That's bronze, silver, and gold. You can join by just putting !Discord in the chat. Oh, Fair Jack has invalidated it. He's got to go all the way round again. Yeah, Kaz, we do have loads of seats in gold. We will do after this week anyway. Fanfinist back on an outlet. The problem is now is that people are just not enjoying the game, and it's hard when you've got 5 divisions and people aren't enjoying the game, because what would normally be 1 driver leaving is 5, you know. So it's tough, but we'll get there. Fanfinus to start his flying lap. Fair Jack will probably go again. So will Turbo Snail in the Alpine, who runs really wide at turn 1 but doesn't get an invalidation. Fair Jack is going again. I know, yeah. Hopefully there isn't any glitch, and if there is, we're going to get a driver to host again like we did last season. It worked brilliantly last season. We're going to do that again if we have to, starting next week. Fair Jack down towards turn 6 and 7 in the McLaren. 2 minutes of this qualifying session remaining. What can Fair Jack set up here? He's currently in P12, down towards turn 9 and 10. in towards 11 and then down towards turn 12. Yeah, I know, Maggie. I probably should have red flagged it, but everyone else was just still racing, and I just, it's sort of like you're caught, aren't you, in restarting or not. Yeah. Fair Jack down towards the line, goes up to P7 for the McLaren driver. Fanfinus in the RB is going to be next. Round turn 13, down towards turn 14 for the Dutchman. Round the final corner and then down to the line. He is backed out here. He's going to have to go again for another lap because that is not a strong lap at all. Maximock in the Williams still yet to put a time on the board. Jornborn in with a 1:15.9 up to P12. Maximock. Caxel is coming back out for another lap. XD Paco back out for another lap as well with a minute to go. Ulster, Lewis W all on laps. B right is 3/10 up as it comes around turn 12 and up towards turn 13, and that's what it's all about, Maggie, and you still got in the points. Down towards turn 14 for B right in the Ferrari. Nice and tight to the wall this time. And he will make up a lot more time than he did on his previous lap. To the line, B3 for B right in the Ferrari. Jay in the Red Bull trying to catch up with some of the leaders. I think Oliver James, that is Maximock up to P9, and that is his final run. Wow, he is not going to be happy with that. That's his final run. Ulster in the Haas on a lap as well. So is Lewis W in the Aston Martin. I think Jay is there as well. Turbo Snail can do no more. Lewis W will be the next driver. XD Paco, I think he's just about to start his. No, he is on a lap. So Lewis W in the Aston Martin in towards turn 14. The checkered flag has waved. And it was Fanfinus into P9. Here comes Lewis W, goes up to P3. Ulster in the house will be next to the line. Goes up to P4. Lock out the second row for them two drivers. B right in the Ferrari is trying to go again. Jake the Lad's Oliver James is spinning round. Jake the Lad up to P7. Oliver James is off the track. It's going to be the Red Bulls of XD Paco and Jay. Jay goes to the line, stays P6. XD Paco and B right are going to be next. B right into the pit lane. It's all on XD Paco. He's already locked off provisional pole. Can he get pole to the line? It's a 1:13.5, an unbelievable lap time from XD Paco. And that should be it. Caxel will be next, but he will not touch the lap time of XD Paco. To the line goes the Alpine, and it's P7, and that's a great lap for him. XD Paco on pole here in Hungary. XD Paco on pole position. It was never in doubt. What, there's a glitch in mic? 1 minute. Is there actually a glitch in mic? Ah. I don't know. Ah, no problem. Yeah, so there we have it. Qualifying is over in Hungary. So going into the race, XD Paco will take pole position. Turbo Snail in the Alpine will start alongside him. Lewis in the Aston Martin will be on the second row of the grid alongside him in his Ulster. B right on the third row of the grid, and Jay in the Red Bull. Then Caxel in P7, Jake the Lad in P8, Fair Jack in P9, and Oliver James in at P10. Sorry, I have to try and rush through that now to get a screenshot because it comes on so quickly. Fanfinus, Niels Hendrick, Maxbot, Maggi, Jornborn, and Jack complete your top 16 for the race. So the drivers just on their formation lap, and then we're going to get going. F7 Sports HD Live. Here we are. All the drivers just trying to get heat into their tyres. Good job it's not raining. Sorry. So, XD Paco. It says Turbo Snail DSQ. Oh, just getting onto the line, sorry. This should be a fascinating race start. Here we go. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. Round 5 here in the Gold Division for the Hungarian Grand Prix, sponsored by Rock Solid Rigs. And it's lights out and away we go. XD Paco and Turbo Snail both get a good start, but XD Paco is just quicker off the line. Ulster and Lewis. Ulster will go to the right in the Haas, but he has to back out on the Aston Martin. It's basically Norris and Piastri again in towards turn 1 for the Aston and the Haas, and then B right in the Ferrari just watches on. Maxi Block already up 4 places, will try and go for 5 down the inside of the Canadian. The Williams and Maxi Block, the Dutchman and Fan finishes through as well on Jay in the Red Bull. Oliver James is up 1 place, well goes back into the position that he started. Jay the Lad down 4 in that Scuderia. Niels Hendrick in the Mercedes down 1, Jornborn up 1, Mad G down 1, and Jack staying in position as Mad G clatters into the back of the McLaren for P15. But it's XD Paco that is 9/10 clear at the start of this Hungarian Grand Prix. Lewis W all over the back of Turbo Snail in the Alpine, Ulster in the Haas, B right in the Ferrari, Caxel in the Alpine up 2, Fearjack up 2, Maxi Block up 5, and Fanfinis up 2. What a race start here in Hungary. Everybody getting off the line cleanly. Fearjack on the back of Caxel going up towards turn 13. Remember, DRS does not kick in until lap 2. Oliver James already with a time penalty. That is huge. Turbo Snail already 1.6 seconds behind Oliver James going into the pit lane. And what about B right on Ulster? B right will go down the inside. The Ferrari driver on the Haas will move up to B4. And that was Caxel that just slipped out. Lost the rears, managed to catch it back, but has lost a few places. B right and Ulster. Ulster will go back down the inside. What battling between the pair of them. Ulster will take back P4 off the 3-time world champion. Oh, B right goes wide there. That might have cost him a warning or 2. Yellow flags are waving. Oliver James has retired at the end of the very first lap. And Jay is through on Caxel. Caxel goes for the lunge and Jay sees him coming. That is not a conventional place to overtake going through turn 6 and 7. As Caxel's just losing the rears again. Jornborn on the back of Niels Hendrick in that Mercedes, the McLaren driver, and Jack as well, seeing his teammate being attacked by that McLaren. So we've seen the positional changes. Let's take them away now. So XD Paco leads by 1.9 seconds to Turbo Snail. Lewis W will get that DRS. He didn't get the DRS. Wow. Ulster obviously didn't get it as well. B right is coming. What about Maxi Block on Fearjack? Are we going to see a few overtakes? That's Jake the Lad on Jay. The Ferrari on the Red Bull. And Jake the Lad is up to P10 and into the points here in Hungary. What about Jay? He's got Niels Hendrick who's going to try and go around the outside as well. Niels Hendrick in the Mercedes is making a move. Oh, on the mediums. Caxel starting on the softs. Maxima also starting on the softs. It's not a strategy that I would have gone with. Ulster on the hards is a good strategy. XD Paco is also on the softs. No wonder he's running away here. But as we've seen in the silver race, the hard to medium strategy was awful for the drivers because you just cannot make up the time on the mediums at the end of the race. the medium hard strategy was definitely the priority strategy for the drivers. Here comes Jake the Lad on Caxel, down the inside goes the Ferrari on the Alpine, but Caxel will just stay in front for now. Oh, and he nearly loses the race again. Jake the Lad is putting the pressure on the back of that Alpine, coming round turn 14. He will have the DRS. He's going to get him so early. Caxel, what is Caxel doing there? He moves right in front of the Ferrari, nearly takes him out. You need to be careful. He will go late on. The Ferrari will try and switch back. Well, Caxel, with some unorthodox defending there, has managed to keep in front of the Ferrari. The Ferrari will go down the inside. That is Jake the Lad that sees an opening this time. Caxel doesn't defend for that one. Through turn 3 they go. Caxel nearly clatters into him, but Jake the Lad is up to P9. That was a scary moment. Caxel with a 3-second time penalty. He needs to be careful here. What's going on, Rocky Man? Oh, it's a VSC. What has brought out the VSC here? This could be good for XD Paco. He could theoretically get off the softs. Oh, I'm thinking a strategy for a 50% race. This is a 35% race. XD Paco could get off the softs now and get to the end of this Grand Prix under the VSC. This is an unbelievable strategy. So let's just see where XD Paco will come out here. Caxel and Jay are both pitting as well. And so will Niels Hendrick. I'm guessing that's who brought out the VSC. Did he get damage? Yeah, he did get damage. He's getting a front wing change. VSC is still out at the moment. So, XD Paco will come out in P12. Oh, B Wright has got a drive-through time penalty from P4 on the grid. And I can just imagine his reaction to that penalty. He will be absolutely fuming. Turbo Snail is your race leader. Lewis is chasing him down. Turbo Snail, a full-time gold driver now. Another driver who started off in the bronze division and is now in the gold. And the driver behind him also started off in the bronze division and now a gold driver. So it just goes to show what practice can do for you, what league racing and what F7 can do for you. So Oster, what about Fanfurness on a maxi block? They are both catching Fear Jack. Maxi block might go for the move in towards turn 1. Can he switch it back? The Williams driver, he does switch it back. He's on the softs. He's got to get the move done. Jornborn is through on Jack and the Mercedes. The Mercedes and the McLaren go wheel to wheel down towards turn 2. So does the McLaren and the Williams of Fear Jack. And Maxi Block, they nearly touch. Maxi Block trying to find a way through, going in towards turn 4. Oh, Jack brakes to try and let Maxi Block round the outside, so he didn't take him out, and Maxi Block didn't go for the move, and they nearly collided. Fanfurness all over the rear diffuser. Maxi Block, that is Jack on the McLaren and the Mercedes driver with an overtake into the trickiest part of the circuit. XD Paco will go for the move on Jornborn as well. He will try and make this quick and easy, especially going for that undercut. That huge undercut. He's basically gone for the undercut and saved time due to pitting under a VSC. That is Oster on Lewis W, and Oster will go through. The Haas driver on the Aston Martin is back up to P2 where he finished last week. B Wright will need to serve that drive-through time penalty. If I was B Wright, I would have served it on the very first lap just in case the safety car or the VSC came out. I would definitely have served it straight away. Turbo Snail is leading. XD Paco is theoretically the leader. Fanfinus on the back of Max Box still. In towards turn 4 and 5. Locked in a DRS train is the front 4. Look at Ulster now, all over the back of Turbo Snail. He's going to get this move done and move into the lead of this Grand Prix. Here comes Ulster out of turn 14. He is going to go for it into the slipstream of the Alpine. And the Haas driver will move over to the left and go round the outside in towards turn 1. B-Right is into the pit lane, serving his drive-through time penalty as Turbo Snail nearly goes into the back of the Haas. And the Aston Martin might see an opening as well. But Ulster is now your race leader on lap 8, 17 to go. Mad G up to P11, Jornborn in the pits, B-Right in the pits. Niels Hendrick just having just as much luck as he did last week. Turbo Snail with a 3 second. Banana. Sean isn't live, is he going to have race footage? What do you mean race footage? That is a yellow flag. That is the Mercedes of Niels Hendrick that is round again. And he's missing an M plate. Niels Hendrick is just struggling so much lately. And you've got to feel for him because he's a fantastic driver. And just a few seasons ago, he was up there and competing with the very best of the gold drivers. And now, it's just obviously sometimes you just don't get time to practice or anything, and you just fall off a little bit. You struggle, especially with tracks like Hungary, if you've not done a little bit of practice. That is Turbo Snail and Lewis in the pits. Fanford is also in the pits. XD Paco will move back up to P4 here. Oh, right. Yeah, no problem. He's not been involved in anything yet, so I don't think he'll need it. There goes XD Paco through on Maxibot. Fair Jack, 7 seconds behind Ulster. He's having a great race. Banana. You'd have to ask. John. But the problem we've got is that I don't know what it is, but I don't know, because you, I think Forza and Rocket Man are all friends, aren't you? But it's very hard with you guys because you leave so not as much you, but they leave so frequently, and it's so hard. Because it's not just a case of just removing your seat. We've got to remove you from the standing, the statistics, the attendance. Like, remove your roles, edit your roles, and it's like, but it's not you, Banana. By the way, I'm just talking in general, like Forza and Rocket Man and stuff. Like Rocket Man's left 4 times now. Forza's probably the same, 4 or 5. Maxibok is into the pit lane, but I need to sort out all the attendance anyway next week when I'm off work. But yeah, ask John, see what he says. In silver, Jay the lad up to P4, 15 laps to go. Ulster's your leader. XD Paco 7.5 seconds behind him. Oh right, okay, I'll speak to John, I'll see what he says. That is a Mercedes going slow again. He's got no front wing, Niels Hendrick. B-Right with a 3 second. This is very unlike B-Right tonight. Jay the lad on at Fair Jack. Niels Hendrick calls it an evening on lap 10. Jay the lad will overtake Fair Jack as he goes into the pit lane. And the Ferrari will do another lap on the mediums. This is a really good strategy from XD Paco, but you've got to think he has still got to do a lot of laps. 4 attempts is the gap from Fanfinus. Jay with a 10-second and retires in the pit lane. Thanks for reserving, Jay. Fanfinus will overtake Maxi Block, and he will now attack Caxel in the Alpine. He will try and go around the outside of the RB. Can he switch it back as the Alpine just defends? Caxel there just braking hard, and Fanfinus having to avoid him. Done his brakes again there, Caxel. I don't know what he's doing there. I don't know if he's hoping to get to go behind so he gets the DRS, but that is very dangerous. Jay the Lad and Jack are in the pits, so Caxel will get DRS on the back of Fanfinus. I think he's a little bit far back to make any sort of move, is it? Or is he going to burn that battery with the DRS? Here comes Caxel on Fanfinus, and he does back out, thinks better of it. And Fair Jack will come out just in front of Jake the Lad after doing that undercut. And B Right comes out in front of the Mercedes. So the battle is between Maxwell, Caxel and Fanfinus. An interesting battle. Yellow flag is waving. I don't know who that's for though. Oster, right? Oster, I don't know if XD Paco's had a hiccup here, but Oster's actually pulled away from XD Paco in the last 2 laps. So maybe had a mistake. So I think the Haas is in a really good position here, because XD Paco is not catching up to him the way I think he wanted to. Twitch Caxel just breaks there again. He's moving off the line. He's letting everybody through. I'm not sure what's happened with the Alpine driver. He just goes to the back there. There's W on Turbo Snail. And B Right on the McLaren. Just following him over to the right. Going into the slipstream, that DRS enabled, he'll have to go the long way round. And he does go the long way around. Can he get his foot down a little bit earlier? He can. The Ferrari driver will now have the inside line going in towards turn 2. He does. The McLaren turns in. They are wheel banging through turn 3. The McLaren on the inside. The Ferrari has got the grip. But look at the speed of the McLaren, and he's going to stay in front. He is not going to give the 3-time world champion an easy ride here. And B Right will have to do it the hard way. And the onboard just slowing down through the corners, and that will frustrate the Ferrari driver. Oster is still out here, but he is on hard compounds. He'll probably pit on lap 15, go on to the mediums. And B Right needs to disperse of this McLaren in front as quick as possible. And here comes B Right this time. He is a lot closer into the slipstream. DRS enabled. ERS is on. The McLaren will still have the inside line though. And this is going to be deja vu from lap 13. Exactly the same. And the McLaren driver just doesn't have enough in the tank to go in front this time. He is going to look for a little opening down the inside of the Ferrari though. The McLaren driver all over the rear wing, with the Scuderia in front. Turbo Snail with another 3-second time penalty. The Ferrari's in P8 and P9 now. And Oster does pit. XD Paco only 6.3 behind him. Ulster. Where will he come out, the Haas driver, on these fresh mediums to the end of the Grand Prix? Lewis W, on the other hand, I think he's already pitted, hasn't he? There was another driver that was on the hard to medium strategy. Let's just have a look where Ulster will be coming out. He's on his way out of the pit lane. Lewis is on his way through. Fan for this. Ulster is going to come out in P4 on fresh mediums to the end of this race. That is, and he's only 12 seconds behind XD Paco. But we've seen this earlier on in the Silver Division, and it just didn't pay off. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this time. Here comes Jack in the Mercedes on the McLaren. And the Mercedes driver brakes a lot later and goes round the outside, and that's how it's done. The Mercedes driver didn't need 2 attempts at that one, and the McLaren just had to watch him fly around the outside. And Jay the lad in the Ferrari. Just on the back of Fair Jack and the McLaren still. A good tussle between the pair of them. Lewis W sees Ulster in the Haas chasing down his podium. Lewis knows he's got Turbo Snail in front of him, but he's got multiple penalties. So at the moment, Lewis and Ulster are in podium places before anything happens. And Ulster, he will really relish this opportunity. He wants to get through this Aston Martin as quick as possible. He gets his foot down. He's got the grip on the mediums. He needs to burn that battery. He needs to get a 2-for-1 deal on these overtakes. He's going to go down the inside. Ulster, Lewis will think about his tyres at this point of the race. And Ulster is through and makes it stick. Lewis is a very tactical driver. Jake the lad and Fair Jack as well. Jake the lad in the Ferrari has the inside line on the Papaya. And the McLaren comes back on track and slots in behind the Scuderia. Ulster sees Turbo Snail. If Ulster can get rid of Turbo Snail on this lap, he has a huge opportunity to win this race. He really does. XD Paco pitted on lap 2 on hards. Ulster has a great opportunity here. A yellow flag, so there's a McLaren at the back. Turbo Snail and Ulster. Let's keep our eyes on this battle because this is very interesting. Look how much grip Ulster's got compared to the Alpine, and straight away gets his foot down. Turbo Snail really squeezing him to the wall, and that is very lucky that didn't end up worse. Turbo Snail will try the old switcheroo on the Haas driver, but Ulster is through, and now he needs to get to work. Turbo Snail is going to lunge up the inside of the Haas driver. Very lucky that didn't end in disaster, but Ulster now he's got the free air. He needs to shrug off the Alpine and get chasing down the Red Bull in front. That is Mad G in the RB through on the McLaren. Oh, the McLaren runs him off the road. Mad G will have to have another bite at that one. That is Jack on B. Right, what has happened here? The Mercedes on the Ferrari. You don't see that every day. The 3-time gold world champion. So, Ulster, he's still got Turbo Snail behind him. He's 11.3 behind XD Paco. But he's got 7 laps. Remember, the longer this goes on, the longer XD Paco's tyres will start to fall off that cliff edge, as he's been on them now for around 14 laps. And Mad G. Here comes the RB on the McLaren. Turbo Snail with another penalty. Fanfness might even make up a position at this point, but somebody who is making up a position is Mad G. Oh, look at that. Jornborn in the McLaren. He went really deep into the corner, but then slammed on the brakes, went extremely slow so that he could cover off the attack around the outside, but then also brake really late and really hard so he could sort of break off that undercut as well, that switchback, sorry, from Mad G. Very unethical defending there from the McLaren. Unconventional, should I say. Lewis W is through on Turbo Snail in the Alpine before the DRS as well. Was that tactical from Turbo Snail, who will get the DRS now? Rear wing open on the Aston Martin, and the Alpine and Turbo Snail back into P3. But I don't know how Lewis overtook him going down in towards turn 14. I've not seen an overtake there all day. So maybe Turbo Snail just easing off the throttle and letting him through so that he could do exactly what he just did. So Ulster 11.2 behind XD Paco. Let's have a look at the tyres. 4 laps on the mediums for Ulster and 14 on the hards for XD Paco. Penalties 9 for Turbo Snail, 3 for B-Ray. That is Maggi again, the RB driver on the back of the McLaren. Still not able to get past the RB. Dilly, how you doing, mate? The RB on the back of that McLaren through turn 4 and down towards turn 5. Lewis W all over the back of the Alpine. And that is Turbo Snail going into the pit lane. Wow, with 5 laps to go. Turbo Snail is into the pits. Lewis W is now left in some nice clean air to the end of the Grand Prix. Dilly, I hope you're not cancelled. That would make a lot of sense. Max Mod J the lad up to P5 and P6. So Jack and B right in P8 and P9. Mad G will get the DRS now on the McLaren. He's got to make this move. The McLaren is saving so much battery though, and using it down the straight to defend. He's been sort of thorn in the side of these drivers all race, and he's been very difficult to overtake, which is what you want to see from a driver. You don't want to make it easy. 11 seconds is the gap for Ulster and XD Paco. Here comes Mad G. I tell you what, XD Paco is going to hold on to this, even with them really old hard tyres. I mean, to be honest, they'd last a good 18 laps. So, but the fact that Ulster is on fresh mediums and unable to take that time away from him says it all, really. XD Paco on fire. Be right, and here's Turbo Snail as well. He's probably on fresh softs now. He is. That is Jake the lad on Maxi Block. Maxi Block in the Williams round the outside. Jake the lad down the inside, but Maxi Block with the old switcheroo, but not able to make it stick. Be right, Jack. Oh wow, Jack goes into the back of Be right. What has just happened there? Jack, 10-second penalty, a collision with Be right. I'm not sure what just went on there, but Jack ended up behind B right, and then there was a big collision. It looked like he just missed his braking point. I hope that is 2 league directors here, 2 league owners here in Formula 7. Max Block in the Williams, now been overtaken by Jake Ladd. Turbo Snail into P8. So 3 laps to go, and XD Paco is now actually putting an advantage between him and Ulster. He's gaining time. Max Watt will get that rear wing open on that Ferrari, but he's definitely not close enough to make any sort of moves. Turbo Snail with the fastest lap. Mad G, can he eventually get past this McLaren? He's been all over him for the majority of this race. G is not able to overtake. Ulster now 12.5 seconds behind XD Paco. It's like XD Paco's just turned it into another gear. Mad G still on the back of the McLaren. It's not a bad debut race this for Jornborn. He's been relatively clean for the Grand Prix, which is good to see. A few iffy moments, but overall good drive, great defensive work as well. Jay the Lad nearly in DRS range of Fanfulness. Jay the Lad is into P5 on his return to the Gold Division. And XD Paco 12.7 seconds clear with 2.5 laps to go. Is going to hold on for the remainder of this race. But it looks like it's a 1-2-3 for XD Paco, Ulster and Lewis. And considering we've got a constructors battle going on, there's not two of the same team in the top 8. It's Red Bull, Haas, Aston Martin, RB, Ferrari, Williams, McLaren and Alpine. That is Jack. That is round. He's had an incident there. The Mercedes driver. We are 2 laps away from the end of this Grand Prix. Here comes Jake the Lad on Fanfulness. He's been catching him and catching him. Ulster gets a 3-second time penalty. Lewis is 3 tenths off of P2. He needs to gain 3 tenths of a second to take that P2 away from Ulster now. Maggi might finally get through on Jornborn as well. Jack retires in the pit lane. Can Maggi knows he's going to have to go the long way round. Jornborn there covered the inside line, seeing that Maggi weren't going to try to switch back, and then just darted over to the left hand side to try and stop him going that way. A bit of crazy defending there. Ulster 13 seconds behind. Lewis is nearly within that 3-second race to take P2. On to the final lap of this Grand Prix goes XD Paco in the Red Bull. He is going to win again here. And he's won every single Grand Prix so far, barring the first race of the season that he didn't take part. Oh, XD Paco gets a 3-second. 2.9 is a gap now for Lewis. Oh, he made a mistake. He nearly slipped out. It's gone back to 3.2. Ulster might keep the position. Jake the Lad all over Fanfulness. Maggi on Jornborn going down in towards turn 13. XD Paco is half a lap away from making it 4 out of 4. 5 out of 5, I think, actually. Did he race the first race of the season? Yeah, he did, because he's on 108 points. So this is going to make it round 5, and he's won every race. Turbo's now with another 3-second. 3.4 is the gap now. Ulster has put everything on the line to stay in P2. XD Paco is going to come through. The Red Bull driver makes it a historic 5 out of 5 and wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. Ulster in the house will come down towards turn 14. He is going to keep P2. What an amazing last lap. Ulster takes a podium. Lewis W in the Aston Martin is going to come through to take another podium and take P3. Fanfulness and Jake the Lad rush to the line, but it's P4 for Fanfulness, P5 for Jake the Lad. Maximot will come through to take P6. Fear Jack in the McLaren is going to take P7, and I'm pretty sure B Wright will take P8 after Turbo Snail's penalties come into play. And he does. Turbo Snail in P9, Jornborn with some amazing defending, but some erratic defending at times, but he has fended off the attack from Maggi and stayed in P10. In fact, actually, I wouldn't say that. I think that was some class racing from the McLaren, from Jornborn, some great defensive racing. I'd have to actually look back at it, but from what I've seen, he defended really well. Jornborn, P10, mate. What a race, what a debut. What a drive from XD Paco again. Let's go through it. On the top step once again, the Red Bull driver of XD Paco. I have to rush through it because otherwise it won't let me see the bloody standings. XD Paco is your race winner once again. Oster takes P2 and Lewis takes a podium in P3. Turbo Snail gets the fastest lap of the race. Fanfinus takes P4. Jake the Lad in P5. Maxbot P6. Fearjack P7. B-Right P8. Turbo Snail P9. And Jornborn on his debut race takes P10. I'm just going to screenshot this. And then I'll get on to doing the standings and getting them posted. But yeah, what a race, guys. I'm going to obviously skip interviews and we'll go through that next week maybe. But I need to make a lot of changes to Gold and get attendance sorted. Right, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching. We'll be back tomorrow for our Monday night racing where you will be with Red Wildfire. It will be Fantasy F7. Thank you all so much for tuning in and supporting. And make sure you join the Discord. ! Discord in the chat if you do want to be a part of Formula 7 Racing, one of the best racing leagues in the world. But yeah, thank you guys and have a good week.